Elm Street. He is not friendly. He is not patient.
Kill for me.
And he is not a welcome visitor.
No!
But he has something terribly special for the new kid on the block.
It started to happen again.
Dad!
I'm in trouble. You've had some scary dreams, okay? Help!
Daddy can't help you now.
There's something inside him.
Fight him! You are not afraid of him. He doesn't even exist.
Freddy Krueger is back on Elm Street.
Get out of here, Lisa!
Jesse, fight him!
Watch out for him. He'll be in your neighborhood soon. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2.
You are all my children now.
Freddy's Revenge.
Hey, what's up all you horror fans, horror freaks, geeks, nerds, dweebs, turds, basement dwellers, and of course, all you douchebags out there. It's been a while since I've done one of these R-rated horror commentary podcasts. I even forget my own intro, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. But tonight we're gonna do
on the Mac&Zach show. We call the fans fellow fags and fagettes.
There you go. I don't really think of people who subscribe to my channel as fans. We're fellow freaks, geeks, nerds, sweeps, turds, basement dwellers, and of course, mouth breathers out there. That's what we are. Yeah, that's what we are. We're just all basement dwelling geeks who just enjoy hanging out together, right? So I've been looking at my catalog of commentaries, and I realized that we didn't really have a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. I think the last time I did a Nightmare on Elm Street was probably Freddy vs. Jason, but that doesn't really count as the legit franchise of. I guess it does count. It counts, but it's we need to I think the last one I did was with you and Aaron was I think Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah, we did 3 and 4.
It was 2 years ago already or something. Mm-hmm. And so the franchise is been neglected on the channel, and I just decided that I needed to step up the game on their already horror commentary podcast. And I asked Zach, it's dude, can you please come on my show and come on these movies, squirt all over them, squirt your juices.
We're gonna let this movie fuck our ass. With
exactly.
Double-sided dildo.
Yeah, I was we need to do 2 because 2's I think my favorite of the franchise, honestly, because it's the most fun,
It's fucking dang shit. I love this movie.
All right, cool. Well, we've got it lined up right where it says me and Zach are on the Blu-ray, but it says the New Line Cinema logo with Time Warner Company right underneath it.
As soon as it faded in, we paused it.
Exactly. And Zach, count it down and we'll hit play.
Hell yeah, we gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And then now I was hoping they showed the original logo before they got to the movie.
I love that.
Yeah, that old fucking. It's not fucking friendly to the people that are colorblind. It's red and black.
I like that old New Line logo, dude. It's so just.
Yeah, you know what happened is all the colorblind people were there's nothing on the screen. I don't know what the fuck that says, so they had to change it.
I didn't even think about that, but I'm talking about the new. You talking about the New Line Cinema or the Freddy's Revenge logo?
Yeah, the original New Line Cinema, just red.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I like that though because it's just so crappy, It's just so barely. It's like toaster. What do you call it? Video toaster effects. I love it.
Hell yeah.
But anything in red that has a little passion behind it in terms of logos or anything pulled together, I always like that shit anyway. But I especially love this movie, Freddy's Revenge, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. What a weird little movie. It's I guess you would call it the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
Maybe. There's a couple other in the franchise that would be arguably worse.
I love this freaking opening.
I think it's just the one in the franchise that it's the most unique one, but it's also like the most throws out the rules kind of thing that was set forth in the first movie or whatever. But I like the way it's shot. I think it's a really fun movie. It's like if you play this movie for your friends, like they'll just be laughing all the way, have a really great time, which you can't say for the rest of the franchise, honestly.
Yeah. So, see, where would you rank this in the movies? I made a definitive ranking not that long ago. I should look it up.
You did? Well, what's your definitive ranking, man?
Yeah, I'll look it up. I forgot where I put it. But yeah, I thought about it hard.
I think, 1 and 2 are in chronological order, definitely. Like, the first one is definitely my favorite. 2 is my favorite. I mean, if you're talking about subjective instead of objective, merits. I mean, I think we should just talk about subjectively. Like, I like these movies more. Whatever, it just makes the most sense. But 2 is probably my second favorite, definitely. But then 3 and 4 are definitely almost interchangeable. And then after that, when you get to 5, 6, and then it starts really going off the rails because, like, Freddy became like a pop icon, and they started cheapening it to market it to like younger crowds and stuff, and it bastardized Wes Craven's like boogeyman like idea, his vision, really, unfortunately. But I mean, you can understand it. It's just the American way to capitalize on a great idea and whore it out until you can't whore it out anymore,
See, I always it's always been hard for me. Like, I can never, it depends on what day it is. Because I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I like part 3 the best, and sometimes I like part 2. But I found my list, how I ranked them.
Oh, you found it? Okay, yeah. Please share.
The last
Please share.
one is, of course, the remake. And then the next one I put 5, and then freaking Freddy's Dead. I don't even know if I'd keep those there. I might change those, swap those 2. Freddy's Dead might be a little worse than part 5.
I have some trouble with definitely Freddy's Dead is like the cheapest of the original like concept Freddy stuff. The one that Wes Craven did, which was which one is that? Where everybody comes back and they
That's the next one I got. New
Freddy's
Nightmare.
New Nightmare. That one I have problems with because I don't like the way they envision Freddy and that. He's got like an LL Bean hat. It's like this green.
They changed his fucking makeup and shit. Why?
Yeah, they just tried too hard to. I don't know what Wes Craven was thinking. I guess he was thinking he was going to give him a facelift, but to me, it just looked like. It didn't look like Freddy. It looked like Robert Englund and Freddy makeup, but it didn't look like Freddy as we knew him. They give him like demon eyes, and it was over designed. You know what I mean? Like it was too much.
It was Freddy if he was in a film noir.
Yeah, it was
around solving crimes.
I think did Freddy have a trench coat in that movie too? I don't know.
Yeah, and like a weirder hat, different hat, whatever.
It's like if it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. It was like you didn't need to do that, you know.
I remember seeing an interview with Wes Craven where he said sometimes he regrets ever changing his look, and sometimes he thinks like, oh yeah, it was a good idea.
Well, yeah, it's like when you're inside something, like when it's your vision, like your thing, like we do these podcasts. It's like you try things out because you want to keep moving it forward, but it doesn't always work out. You know, it's like, oh, this is a great idea. I should try this. And then you try it out. It doesn't work. And I think that's what happened with New Nightmare. But New Nightmare has some really good ideas in it, though. I like, it was really meta and like did some interesting things, but like
We just heard Jesse scream like a bitch. Now look at him breathing, all sweaty.
Very, very
Don't you just
wet.
want to pop a nut all over his chest? I'd love to.
He already looks like a glazed donut, so it'd be just be adding more to the
Hell
enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always fucking loved this movie growing up. I never got the hate for it. Recently, people have been coming around to it, it seems like.
I've always enjoyed watching this movie because it's fun, and it's.
I saw them in order, and I think this one like hit me harder than the original did. I thought this one was creepier.
It is a little bit more creepier, I guess, and it amps up the fun and it amps up the creepy too at the same time. I think Freddy looks better in this movie, honestly.
Yeah, even darker looking than the original.
Be sure that you call Rhonda, by the way.
Do what?
Call Rhonda. Be sure to call Rhonda.
Oh yeah, the freaking dry erase board up there. At some point, it says Zach called, which I always thought was funny.
Does it really? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably saw that and just forgot. I know you guys did this on your. This is the one with the shit story.
Yeah, we did this on BTM, and that was that whole shit.
Dude, I didn't even think about
story.
that. It's crazy because, like, I guess like 4 years ago or something, when I was just getting into horror, like, podcasts and stuff, like, I found BTM, and the first one I ever listened to that I ever remembered anyway was BTM fan commentary for Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and then Aaron tells his diarrhea story, and I was just like, yeah, that sold me on, like, it was so funny, I laughed so hard. I subscribed to you guys, and then I was like a fan for like a year, and then eventually I think when I started my podcast, we eventually kind of overlapped or something, or I kind of like fanned my way into your podcast and stuff. But it's just really funny because like I didn't even think about that. Like when I was like, I just need to get some fucking Nightmare on Elm Street off my plate because we haven't done much of it. But this is the one movie, the one commentary that you guys did that was the clincher for me. I think Riverman was still on the show at that. No, I think this is just you guys. I think it was one of the first episodes you guys did, just the two of you.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I seem to remember like some episodes before that was like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake you guys did together, and I don't think you were even like doing your Zach, like your Zach like character yet,
I'm not a character. What are you talking about? This is me, baby. This is the real me. What, you think this is a costume? It's a way of life.
Yeah. Exactly.
See, I always wanted to fuck Grady. He always had a tight ass.
Yeah, he looks good in those gym shorts, man.
These guys are clearly fucking middle-aged. It's great.
Which baseball or softball game would you rather be in? This one or the one from Sleepaway Camp?
Oh, Sleepaway Camp, probably.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this chick in the movie?
The main interest, the chick that's with Jesse?
Yeah.
She's cute. I like redheads. That's a weakness for me, but her personality is too like. She's too like, I don't know, too much of a flaccid personality. I like girls that have like a little bit more going on there, like. I
always thought she was pretty cute in the movie.
She's cute. Don't get me wrong, but she's too like passive and nice and friendly, like so it's boring to me. But
yeah, you need a chick that's gonna fucking slap you, call you fuck boy if you don't fuck her just right.
Exactly.
Fuck me. You know what? It's funny too because I actually think she looks better nowadays. If you watch the what's it called, the Never Sleep Again documentary.
I haven't watched that documentary in probably like 2 or 3 years, but I need to brush up on my nose since I'm going to be doing a lot of like commentaries for this shit. But I seems like she's like really down to earth, probably normal chick, but still probably looks good for her age. You know, she's got to be like what now, like 50?
Maybe, yeah. They said that they only hired her because she looked like they thought she looked like Meryl Streep. That's why they hired her for the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure. She does
Like,
look like Meryl Streep.
How are you gonna admit that? Like, oh yeah, it had nothing to do with her acting. We just we liked her look.
As an actor, I'm sure they're just like whatever it takes to get into the role. They don't give a shit. You know, they're so desperate to get work. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit if somebody was like, "Oh, I thought you looked like a busted Tom Cruise or something." I'd be like, "Whatever gets me a fucking paycheck. I don't care." You know.
Yeah, like Zach, I only cast you in my film because you look like a methed out Chris Farley. That'd be fine with me.
Dude, you're like taller, more muscular, and leaner than I am now. It's like you're a specimen to behold, man. Like if
you're the fucking King Chad, I will never be as Chad as the Josh James.
I don't think so. You probably weigh less than I do now.
I'm not sure.
You're the alpha male in the group now, dude. You're the omega, you know.
I am the beta personified.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's where it says Zach called. I fucking called him. I was trying to get a fucking get a fuck on, and he wasn't there. I had to talk to his mom, but I had to write that shit so he knew.
Wait, explain that.
Wait, boner with his name on it.
Wait, what?
It says Zach called on this scene, like when it shows it.
Oh, right, yeah.
I called him and I wanted to give him a dick, but he just wasn't. Maybe it's later.
Oh, right. You're like you guys had like it was a booty call.
Exactly. See that shot too, where fucking Freddy was looking in the window. That creeped me out. See, Freddy, he's kind of more like an average fucking slasher killer in this movie. Like, when do you ever see Freddy doing shit like that? He doesn't need to look in a mirror or look through a window and see you. He can just see you. It's his world, baby.
That's a good point.
And then he looks down and he looks down here and he catches fucking Freddy. He doesn't even know he's seeing him. When does that ever happen? Unless he did know. He wanted him to see it. He wanted him to think he didn't know.
Well, that's the thing about Freddy is that he can manipulate all things reality. So we don't have to think about it. You know, that's the beauty of these movies is that we don't have to think too hard because it's all a vague dream. Essentially, that we're watching, so we don't have to adhere to rules too much. You know, you can suspend your disbelief pretty easily in these movies.
Yeah, and this movie, like it stuck with me. I remember like passing through, those houses that always have like the window towards the bottom of the house, and then you can see like into the basement. I used to like walk past those thinking I was going to see Freddy, like that image where he's reaching into the furnace.
Like when you're a little kid, or
yeah.
The weird thing is, so like Freddy never creeped me out as a kid because I never believed it to be real. But for whatever reason, Jason scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, Freddy creeped the fuck out of me when I was little.
It would make more sense the other way around because it seems like Freddy could come into your dreams and be in your room like a ghost or something. Like. He could find you no matter what, but the reality of Jason like scared the shit out of me. It's interesting, how different people's minds react to scary things. But
I had a dream that fucking Freddy was living in my basement, and he'd come up and fucking eat dinner with us every once in a while, and I'd be fucking creeped out.
This is one of the best scenes in the movie, by the way, with Freddy's eyes. Even though they gave him demon eyes. Which I mean, it didn't stick, but I kind of like it in that scene. And then he rips his head off. No skull, by the way. But he just rips his flesh off and shows him his brain. And it's a great line. Like, you've got the body, I've got the brain. Like, it's fucking amazing,
He's a fucking galaxy brain. He doesn't have room for a skull. He's got a big brain take. You can't fucking fuck with Freddy. And that scene also inspired that great fucking Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince song.
I know.
How could he go wrong?
Exactly. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. No,
that's a different song, ain't it?
I know it is. It is a different...
That should have been the song it inspired.
No, you're talking about the Will Smith,
Yeah,
GJ,
the
Jazzy
Nightmare on My
Jeff,
Street.
the ones
My
that
Street.
the one song I used to dance to with chicks back in 8th grade. Yes, I remember that song well. It was a big hit. It was huge. It was huge.
Your phone is going crazy, baby.
My what? Oh
Is
shit!
that your
Sorry.
phone going off?
My bad.
I didn't know if it was your phone or if it was the fucking fake dick I'm sitting on.
Let's ring your bell.
Hell yeah. He just has a steak in his fucking desk. He isn't even gonna eat that steak.
Nice swatch though.
That was a juicy ass steak. When you eat a steak, where do you go? You go medium. You go medium well, or you go well done. You one of those guys.
Are you seriously asking my steak tastes or what, dude?
I am.
You're asking me how I like my meat, huh?
Hell yeah.
I like my meat. It's got to be. I go for medium well. I like a little bit, like a tiny bit of pink, a hint of pink, but not overcooked. You know, when you're talking about like prime, cow on the fucking, like I want when I'm gonna buy a good steak, I like it to be a little pink in the middle because I don't want it to be overcooked because all the good flavor is when it's a little bit raw, like a little bit,
Hell yeah. I go fucking well done and I eat it with ketchup.
Oh yeah, well you would.
Fuck no. That's shit. I go medium. Yeah, we should fucking impeach Trump just for the way he eats a steak. Fuck all that other shit. Who gives a shit? He eats a steak well done with ketchup. Fuck it. You can't trust anybody like that.
Yeah, are you trying to bring up politics in my commentary right now, dude? Because I will fucking disavow you. I will fucking disown you as a friend.
Oh, fuck that then. Yeah, we don't have to. Fucking, he can eat a steak how he wants.
I know. We're going through an impeachment right now, impeachment trial. This podcast is a
Oh shit, they're calling me. Let me take this real quick. I'll be right back.
Look at this couch. I love this couch. It's perfect. That's such an 80s couch. You can't fucking beat that shit. I have to say, Jesse's room here, I kind of dig it, man. It's very 80s. Look at this fucking cassette player. I think I had one of those back in the 80s, honestly. 30 fucking years ago, but I think I had one of those. I don't think there's much about this movie that's not 80s, to be honest with you.
I am back. I might not need to go. Before we started, I told Josh James I might need to leave to go because I usually work tonight, but I might have to go let some people in with my key because they don't got the key, but I might not have to.
It's all right, man. Back. Hey, look, no stress, bro. It's all good. Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's all together now.
Dude, we've been. I was thinking today. I was like walking from one destination to another, and I was. Whenever I walk, I think a lot. Mm-hmm. Crazy. But
what else can you do?
I know exactly. So I was thinking about I think we started collaborating about 2, almost 3 years ago, and I think the first one was what was it? It was basket case. And I was so nervous. It was like I just started podcasting, and I was so nervous in that show. It's and it's so funny to go back and listen to it because I'm I was so hyperactive. It's everything had to be a one-liner or something, and you guys were so chill, It's it was so funny. It's a fun show to listen to.
I was fucking nervous the first time I came on. I forget what episode it was. It was like a fucking retro rampage episode.
Yeah, back in the old school BTM days, early BTM. Yeah, I think I listened to it, And you didn't sound nervous. You just sound like very quiet, you know, where I just get like, I want to talk, but I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what's up, guys? You know, like you just hear it in your voice. Like it's just so obvious. But when you get nervous, you just get quiet. That's a different thing, you know, but it's just crazy to think that it's been that long since we've been doing these dumb shows together, you know, like hopefully
crazy.
Here's to another fucking 6 years, you know?
Hell yeah. His door says no chicks allowed, and she's there. She's clearly breaking the rules. What the fuck? She should be tarred and feathered.
Yeah, that was a weird thing, like on the door for like a teenage guy, because like you would be like, chicks allowed, not like no girls allowed. Like
it's like they made the room, they set it thinking it was like a 10-year-old's room or something.
Well, I think that was like a little, like another little subliminal signifier of the gay director of this movie.
Or
like,
the writer.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Well, the director is a gay guy too, right?
I don't know. I never heard that. I don't think so. Todd Shoulder or something like that.
I could be wrong with my facts there, but yeah, maybe it was just like, I always assumed that was just like another of those like, you know, sort of under the radar signifiers of like this, I'm just slipping some gay shit into this, you know, like.
Yeah, all the people making the movie said they didn't notice it while they were making it. And
I think it's
like the writer says, like, yeah, it was supposed to be subtext. I wonder if the writer didn't mean it too, and people just noticed it, so he just pretends like he meant to do that. Because I might do that. It's kind of like the Tommy Wiseau thing, like, oh, it was a dark comedy.
Yeah, and like retrospect, you're like, I meant to do that, you know. But it's like it was just your own like poignant ignorance at the time. It's like. I think it's more like it makes more sense and it helps you out better to be honest, to be like, I didn't know what I was doing at the time, and just say like, you know, this is just who I was at the time, and I just made that movie through my own lens at the time. Like that would be more powerful than just saying, yeah, I was trying to, you know, jockey for gay rights and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's just like, you know what, dude? I mean, it's okay to say that you were just making a movie and being ignorant about it and just like making things through your own lens. It's like, it's more authentic that way, I think, you know?
And it's weird that people like noticed it in this movie because a lot about the 80s was gay. Like you go back and watch fucking Lost Boys, and fucking Corey Haim's got pictures on his wall of like fucking Rob Lowe with the shirt off. It's like that's pretty gay too.
Yeah,
that
sure.
sax dude was clearly fucking sucking cock. I mean, I'd let him too. That dude's bod. It's like fucking Christ himself.
Him and what do you call it? The dude from the 90s who just died recently. Luke Perry. He was the he was like the homosexual and the female heartthrob of the 90s, you know.
Fuck yeah, Luke Perry. I'd fuck him. He's got a big cock.
Dude, what are you gonna do when you fucking finally get a girlfriend, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make these jokes anymore. She's gonna get jealous. She's like, you don't fuck nobody with me.
You'll have to
I want your cummies.
You'll have to turn this whole thing into a new bit, you know?
I will. It's no fun.
You're like, my girlfriend, she won't let me talk about sucking cocks anymore, so
I'll just have to be an incel.
Yeah.
Or no, if you're doing it on purpose, it's not incel. It's a fucking just sell.
You'll be a podcast incel where your creative like vices are being stifled, so you'll implode on yourself or something, you know?
I do that every fucking night.
It's true. We do.
See, these scenes creep me out. Kill for me, Jesse. What would you do if fucking Jason or somebody came to you and started making you kill for them? That'd be fucked up.
This is they break the rules in this movie that were established by the first movie, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that it's like people climbing out of like bodies and, like Freddy's really like going for broke in this one, like I kind of like it.
And they weren't really rules yet. This is just the second movie. To them, they're just making more rules to stack on top of it.
Yeah, and then I like how he jumps out of the fucking ground, like next to the pool. It's a great shot, like.
Yeah. So basically, just like at the end of the first movie, where she brings him into the real world by grabbing onto him, he can possess people, and if he does it that way, he can have like a dream in real life thing.
Yeah.
Because like as long as the person's sleeping, he gets to come out. I mean, I'll take it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more forgivable of Nightmare on Elm Street movies than I am of say Star Wars movies where there's like more at stake. I know it's the same dumb cinematic universe essentially, but it's like, Star Wars stuff plays by rules. This stuff can be a little bit more loose and fast because it's like basically a glorified B- movie,
Mm-hmm. But they were huge when they came out. Like, they were definitely A movies when they came out. But yeah, it seems like they would have always been like that. Hey, look, that's just a replay from earlier in the movie.
It is? What did I miss?
Yeah.
Which one?
They just replayed that. Oh shit, they're calling me back.
Like the push-ups or?
Yeah, the push-ups. They're calling me back. I'll be right
back. Oh, yeah. All right. Really interesting Clue Gallagher scene here where essentially it gets really hot in the living room and then the parakeets explode. And this is another like not typical Nightmare on Elm Street scene.
Hell yeah. See, they're just trying to sabotage the commentary this time. Now he just called me back to let me know, like, I think they got the key, but if they don't, I'll call you back. Like, that's what we already were gonna do, baby. Just easing attention, baby.
I love that they have Clue Gallagher in here because he's just a fucking living legend. That's one of the things that bumps this up into my favorite top 2,
Yeah, they should have made a fucking Clue, like the Mattel game. They should have made a Clue Gulager fucking version of Clue where you could fucking, I think Clue Gulager, kill Clue Gulager in the fucking study or in the Clue Gulager with the Clue Gulager. Like, that'd be fucking donk. You'd always win, though. It wouldn't work out.
This is like the last one of the series. I felt like it was just an honest movie they tried to make. And then after that, it just became like a formulaic thing. Like 3 and 4 are really good, but they're really, really closely similar to each other, and they're very formulaic, and they're just very like, this is a horror movie with like, Freddy in it, like. And then,
that effect of the bird exploding's funny to watch. It's great.
Yeah, this is like this is like so much B- movie fun. It's like what I think what Nightmare on Elm Street was supposed to be. It was like inventive and weird and subversive and kind of stupid at times. Like I don't know. I think
Jesse's dad's getting ready to accuse him of putting a fucking firecracker in the bird's ass or something. Like, how could he have done that?
Yeah.
Fucking dank. See, fucking Clue, he's a fucking stoner. He like, when we're not seeing him on screen, he's fucking blazing that shit. That's the only way you could think that was like
he's smoking a dope. That's what he's doing. He's smoking a dope.
He's doing the dank fucking, he's doing like those big fucking those dank dugs.
He's doing the dank nugs,
I said dank duds. That's the name of my clothing company.
Oh, dank duds. I'm sorry, man.
I didn't mean to say that. The fucking door's red. The original's the only movie where the door's blue, and then every sequel has a red door.
It'd be interesting if they came back with Nightmare on Elm Street and put a blue door back on.
Yeah, it's still got a red door to this day. The real house.
Mm-hmm. I actually want to see
there it is. Zach called.
I want to see the red door in person. Yeah, there it is. Zach called. You did call, man.
I was wanting to fuck.
Maybe
He
that,
didn't answer.
I think at some subliminal level, I was like, I got to get Zach to do this one with me because Zach fucking
I'm in the
called,
movie.
bro.
Exactly. See, that should have been the like if we did that on BTM now, that would have been the thumbnail. Back when we did this, though, we weren't making the thumbnails.
Well,
We
it
just put
would
a random picture.
Yeah, if you did it now, I mean, it'd just be fucking Aaron talking over everything. It'd be boring as fuck. But,
Oh yeah, this is the scene where he goes and he fucking gets his fucking S&M on, baby.
by the way, I'm just fucking with you, Aaron. Just relax. Don't get all upset.
Yeah, we just fucking we playing fast and loose.
Look
here.
at Don's place. Why is he wandering to Don's place? You know, it's
Why
like
wouldn't you?
the one gay club in Springfield or whatever.
Oh, dude, that was the bass player from Guns N' Roses I just saw.
No, Duff.
Yeah. I'd let him duff in my fucking mouth.
I bet you would.
Fuck yes.
Just for the story, right?
Exactly. Who else? Like, you don't come across that every day. You're gonna meet somebody, you're gonna have that dank ass story like you let Duff just fucking cream in your mouth. Fucking, that's dank.
It's life changing. Dude, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Keep it going, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna talk about how much I wanna fuck this guy on camera right now. Fucking Mark Price. Fucking Jesse. Is that his name, Mark Price? Mark Price, I think that's the motherfucker from Trick or Treat. I'm all wrong. But yeah, the other guy too. In the S&M get up. I'd fuck him too. I can't think of his name right now. Which would be fucking embarrassing if I was fucking him and I couldn't remember his name. Like that, you don't want that. But yeah, this is always good logic. Your fucking gym coach catches you at a gay bar and has fucking punishment. He makes you go run laps at school. See, that's the kind of logic that only makes sense in a fucking dream. Like you're just fucking, yeah, he might as well just make him go fucking home and build a go-kart with his fucking landlord. That just makes no sense. It's like that joke. Yeah, I'd fuck his fucking gym teacher. But he's got a big cock. Now, I could be wrong, but if I remember right, this movie, actually, it's one of the few good movies that pulls off the fucking Hellraiser shtick where they just take a script that wasn't Nightmare on Elm Street and then just fucking put Nightmare on. Like, we want to make a sequel. We just want to fucking, we're just going to commission some other script and add Freddy into it. Pretty sure I heard that's what they did here, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Zach's favorite scene. Possibly.
Hell yes. Have you ever heard that this was originally a different script and they just shoehorned Freddy onto it because they wanted to hurry up with a sequel?
I've heard that, and I've also heard that there was a different actor who played Freddy in this scene.
There was, and this is the only scene in the movie where it's intact. It's whenever we see him walking in the fog of the in the steam in the shower.
They actually got like an older actor or something to play Freddy for a minute. They're like, no, this ain't gonna work. I think it's like one of the first scenes they filmed for this movie. Mm-hmm. And then Robert Englund came back. Thank fucking God, right?
Because they originally asked Robert Englund to come back and work for scale, which was less than he made in the first movie. And he's like, well, I'm getting other offers now. Can you offer me more? And they're like, no, fuck that. He was just anybody can play Freddy Krueger, so they just hired somebody else. Yeah. And they shoot this scene, and I guess Todd Schilder, the director, was sitting there like, fuck it. He's yelling at him while he's like, he just kind of walks into the frame like Frankenstein, he says.
It's bad, like, yeah.
No, you're not a monster. Be like the guy in the first movie. And he's just kind of walking the same. He's like, fuck it. He walked it off. So he's like, hire the old guy or I'm not coming back or something like that.
Yeah. You got, like, Robert Englund really owned that character. Like, he's very slinky and creepy and weird, you know? And, like, that's just, it's just like Jason. Like, you can't just be Jason. Like, it's all about body language, you know? And that's the beauty of the character that's the reason why we love Robert Englund. That's the reason why I love Kane Hodder and other, you know, who are like legends, like the dude that plays like Pinhead or whatever. You know, he's really, 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 really hard to replace because it's all the top half of his body. It's all about his like demeanor and his delivery of lines, and
That's probably why they made sure whenever they made like all the fucking like Freddy and Jason rip-offs, they always put a mask on them, just in case it became a franchise, and they want to make more of them.
Well, maybe, but I think that, the first, I think the Friday the 13th franchise got really lucky because they had a lot of really talented stuntmen that could portray Jason really well in their own way. Like Ted White was really great in 3, and then 4 was...
There he is.
There, yeah,
It's kind of funny watching him walk.
He doesn't look like he's trying at all. It's just terrible.
There's actually I think they kept the guy on as like a stand-in, and there's actually on the set photo of Jack Shoulder, the director, sitting next to Robert Englund and this guy both in the Freddy get up.
So I just sent you guys a text earlier about they might try to bring back Nightmare on Elm Street as a show on like streaming television or something.
I saw that.
Interesting. If it doesn't have Robert Englund, that's going to be a tough sell.
At least the movie that they're trying to do, and then maybe if I had to guess, I'd assume the TV show will probably be something like Bates Motel, where they try.
Well, dude, if they just did like the Dracula series that was on Netflix, 3 1.5 hour movies. If they did that, if they did a Nightmare on Elm Street on Netflix, 3 1.5 hour movies of a storyline that would with Robert Englund, of course, that would be amazing, dude. That would be incredible.
I'd shoot my cummies.
You would shoot your cummies all over that, dude.
I would. And then I fucking wipe them off the screen and then eat them. Cannibalism.
Eat your own babies, huh?
Hell yes. I do it every day. You don't try that just for a little kick? Just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just blow it in my own mouth.
I've contemplated eating my own cum one time, but I was just like, I'm just curious to find out what it tastes like.
You gotta know what it tastes like, exactly. Does it taste like chicken?
But I just can't do it, man. I just can't. I can't bring my, I just can't do it.
You gotta test how you gotta, just like you test your breath. You want to smell good for the ladies. You gotta know how your cummies taste, because if you can't swallow it, they can't swallow it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you stick your finger up your asshole and then taste that too?
Hell yes.
Of course you do.
That's my pleasure.
Of course you do.
That's vanilla shit. That's like Friday Night at the Anvil, where I live.
Well, that's what I equate, eating my own cummies. I'm not going to fucking stick my finger up my asshole and eat it,
You need the 1-2 punch. You eat the cummies and then the fucking lick your thumb that you stuck in your asshole. It'll put fucking hair on your chest.
I guess. I don't know. It's like
you literally shave your chest.
Like when you're a little kid, you eat your boogers when you're a kid,
Exactly.
But when you grow up,
your immune system.
Yeah, but when you grow up, you don't eat your boogers anymore because it's fucking disgusting. You let other people eat your boogers.
No joke though. Have you ever been sitting somewhere like in a waiting room or something?
I need to put back on my Zach voice. I'm talking too much like a beta. But yeah, you ever been sitting in like a waiting room and you like somebody's doing shit. They think you're not watching them, but you just kind of happen to be just kind of staring off, and then you notice like they pick their nose, they kind of look at it, and then they fucking it pop it right in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's happened to me, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It happens all the time. Are you kidding me?
And then they look up at you and you're just like, you don't know how to react. Let's say you quickly move your eyes like, oh yeah, I wasn't looking at you. And then they fucking sit there and they have a little crisis like, holy shit, did he just see me eat my booger?
Well, that's when I just think that people are complete fucking animals, they just have no self-control most of the time. When they're alone, when they think no one's watching, they're just become complete animals, And it's funny because and that's a normal thing to happen, but it's don't do it in public. Like, the windows of your car don't mean that you are alone. Like, we can see that shit. It's fucked up, you know?
They get so used to it, though, that they're just like, oh, shit, did I do that in public? It's just second nature to
Dude,
me. I didn't think about it.
the fucking Pope did that shit. There's a
Which one, the new
there's
one?
a Pope. There's a video of the Pope picking his nose and eating his boogers online.
Dog.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. You don't want to. I mean, you don't want to humanize the Pope to that extent. That's bad. That's bad PR for a Pope.
That's
you know what
not
I mean?
human enough. I need to see him smell his finger after he stuck it in his ass. That's right where he needs to be.
Well, we've all done that, you know. That's just
It's like whenever you're wiping your ass, you accidentally get your thumb in there, and then for some reason you smell it just to make sure, like, oh, I'm not sure if I touched my ass with my bare thumb or not. I'm just going to sniff it to see. And you did, obviously.
It's just like when you wipe your ass and you look at the toilet paper after. You're like, is this normal? Is this okay? You know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like
You gotta know. You gotta know if you don't look, you might fucking stand up and pull your underwear on with shit still on your ass.
well, it's that or like, you know, is there blood coming out? Is there like, you know, you don't know what's gonna come out of your ass. You could depend.
You gotta see what color it is and shit.
I think it's built into your like a human DNA to look at your shit on
Yeah.
you know, because like it's like it's the most base level of like giving yourself like what do you call it, like
Fucking a good time. That's what I call it.
like healthcare. It's like the most
Yeah.
base level of healthcare. It's like you look at your shit, you're like, there's no maggots in this, there's no blood, so I think I'm gonna be okay for today. You know, it's like you're looking for the
Exactly.
warning signs. It's like it's built into your brain to look at your shit. You know, but you know, to stick your finger up your ass and then sniff it, that's a different thing. That's a whole thing different. You know, completely.
Exactly. Oh, hey, we're getting some insight to fucking Freddy Krueger's backstory. They're going to his job.
Yeah, this is, I think, basically like the whole premise of the Freddy reboot.
Yeah, I remember when people were justifying, like, yeah, I think they should remake Nightmare on Elm Street because if you go back and watch that original, we didn't get a lot of backstory about Freddy. And it's like, we didn't need it. They don't need to over-explain. We got enough of his backstory throughout the entire series. We don't need it all in one movie.
The Freddy reboot was real bad. Almost as bad as this fake newspaper here.
That was a great newspaper. Fucking Freddy Krueger, he's fucking taking kids back and to the boiler room, and he's fucking them and then killing them. See, they didn't come out and say he was a kitty fucker in the original.
Well, they had to up it a little bit, you know. They had to make it like pedo,
They
you know.
wanted to tease me. They didn't want to come out and say it. They wanted me to just imagine it and get all hot and bothered that way. Imagining Freddy Krueger fucking kids. See, I just put me and you on some FBI watch list. Everybody listening,
Yeah, thanks a lot,
we're all
man.
on
Would
it.
appreciate
We're
that.
all on there now. The NSA is having a field day right now.
What's DNS? What?
The NSA.
Oh, the NSA.
I'm all fucking. I can't talk right. It's hard to understand me. No one understands. Me.
Zach, are you drunk?
No.
No. You're not gonna pee in a soul cup tonight.
No.
You only do the wicked drunken commentaries when you're with your partner in crime, Mac.
Yeah, when I know I don't have to work.
Nice.
Exactly. But yeah, like this redhead, I would lick her titties with my big fucking nasty ass tongue, like Jesse does later in the movie.
What's her name again?
I forget.
Well, look it up.
I will.
I'm too lazy. I don't want to pick up my phone. It's like the nicest rat ever, dude. I would like pick that rat up and give it cuddles, dude. Like that rat's
Fuck
like
yeah.
super chill, you know? Like that looked like a clean, like fucking pet store rat, you know?
Exactly. Fucking rats have big fucking balls too.
They do. Man, they're out there fucking blowing their loads and rats, other rats. You know?
And they just fucking they drag them while they walk. So like
Yeah.
they'll piss and then they'll just drag their balls through the piss.
No,
Leave a big wet fucking stain, like long streak on your floor. I got rats. Not really, but that would be fucking donk.
They give zero fucks, man.
Exactly. I think I should write that into my fucking backstory. My Marvel back universe. Extended universe. The Zach man, he lives in filth. He's got rats. That's fucking donk.
I think that would be the least of your worries or your fucking story, man.
This chick's name is Kim Myers. What are the odds? All these cute chicks. Fucking the chick from Friday the 13th part 7 or part 5 with the huge tits. Her last name was Voorhees. This chick's last name is Myers. Crazy.
Oh yeah, that wasn't an accident at all. I have a feeling, you know.
Hell yeah. She's also in Hellraiser 4 Bloodline.
Oh, I actually like that movie, Bloodline.
Yeah, it's probably the only part 4 in space that isn't terrible.
Exactly. Yeah, they actually put some effort into that movie. Surprisingly, that's a very underrated movie, dude. The whole fucking franchise, like Hellraiser, after 2, man, it's like I feel so bad because like it could have been so much better than it is, you know.
Exactly. It took a shit real quick. I always loved the VHS box art for this movie too because it was so shitty looking. Because like part 1, it had like the poster art, but they just cropped out the weird shit on the top. Like I still don't know what the fuck they were doing with that. Like that weird creature on the top of the original poster for the first movie. But then on this fucking...
I'm not like thinking of the poster. Like, what is? Explain to me again. What is it?
For part 2 or part 1?
Part 2. No, the one you're just talking about.
Yeah, part 2 is the poster. If it showed I'm not thinking of it either. Oh yeah, it showed Jesse and her hugging each other, and in the mirror it shows the skull.
I kind of like that all the Nightmare on Elm Street posters are always kind of like nondescript. Like they're always just like these elements of fright and fear and like you know, scary faces and skulls and eyeballs and claws and shit. I always liked that. I always liked that it wasn't like, you know, like an Avengers poster or something where like you see every character on the poster and like, you know, like I like that it was a little like open for interpretation or whatever. And
mysterious.
Yeah, I like that. It's cool, you know.
I was thinking though, I like the VHS cover of the part 2 though, because it didn't have the fucking poster art. It had like a weird, shitty looking fucking. It looked like a magazine promo shot of like Freddy in front of like a flame background, and he did that thing where it's like, oh, he's ripping through the page with his glove. It looked like it came right out of like a Fangoria magazine. And it's weird because like Freddy's in the shadows through the whole movie, but on the cover art, it's really like well lit, so it's jarring.
I feel like they were trying.
I always remember it for some reason.
I feel like they were trying out a lot of different shit back then. You know, they were just trying stuff. It was back in the day when they were trying stuff out. Now everything's figured out, and they got a plan, and they got CGI, and they got fucking.
It's like that fucking Nickelodeon show. Figure it out. They bring out the big head, and then the fucking Laurie Summers is fucking like chilling with the person, and they tell us, but not the cast members. It's fucked up. Yeah, if you weren't born in the '90s, you won't get that. It's for the '90s kids, though.
You know, there's something up with Jesse here when he's just not like fucking throwing her down and railing her out underneath that lantern. Like, dude,
he's not fucking her in half. Why?
Dude, I would have been all over that girl when I was his age.
I would already fucked. I would already stuck it in, immediately cummed, and then went to sleep.
Exactly. And it would have been like, Zach, what's wrong? And it would have been like, I'm just tired from coming. She'd be like, all right, I'll get you a beer. You'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Dog. Those were the good old days.
It's the good old days, bro.
You didn't even have to fucking make them go to bed satisfied. You weren't expected to. Because they knew you weren't even about that. You weren't even going to be able to do that. You were not physically able. But it was okay.
Very awkward kiss scene here.
Oh, I'm fucking hard as a rock. I'm like, you might as well call me fucking Rocky Maivia. Abia. Maivia. Yeah, see, this is the good old days.
I love these parents, though. These parents inspire me. Like, I want to be this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fat old fuck with some like whiskey in his hand with a hot wife.
Have a daughter, and then whenever your daughter's in fucking high school, she brings in all her fucking hot girlfriends with their boyfriends to fuck in your pool. That's a donk.
Yeah, I'll stand in the window, like jerking off, just watching. You know,
watching the high school girls. This is a Mac&Zach commentary now.
It's pretty funny. Look
exactly.
Look at this poor Jesse. Like, he's just not into this at all.
Yeah, I think he's gay in real life. So he's a team player. He don't see he licks in between those titties like a straight man. I believe in it right now.
Because, like, what would a straight guy do? I'd probably, like, suck those titties in between, you know?
Hell yeah. And then let your fucking nasty ass fucking slimy tongue come out. That's fucking hot shit. See, that was a long tongue. He could have got all the way up in them guts with just his tongue. Dig that shit out with just the tongue. That's dank shit.
It's a bad
She's
thing.
all sad now.
Don't ever run out on a girl like this, because holy shit.
Yeah, just look in between the tits and then just like fucking like, oh, fuck this, I'm going. See, look, now he's hanging out with his buddy.
Yeah.
He just snuck into his friend's house. Does his friend live with her too? Is that like her brother or something?
He's just down the street, apparently. Brady. He's gonna pop Brady's cherry here or something.
Can you blame him though? Brady's he's a sexy man.
He's got the satin sheets.
What other movie was he in that I just watched recently? Brady.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know, but I'm sure it was just one other movie he was in.
Yeah, it was something from the 80s. I can't think of what it was. Guess I could look.
It's so funny to look at this like bedroom. Like, I don't really think anybody had this bedroom back in the 80s, no matter like how rich they were, because it seems like so like it looks very 80s, but not 80s at the same time. It's like it's not like a lot of diversity in this bedroom. Like
Lyman Ward. Lyman. He's a layman. Fucking Lyman is.
Lyman Ward?
Yeah, that's who played Grady, I think. Unless I clicked on the wrong guy. Oh no, that says Mr. Grady, so that's the dad. Fuck. I'm not seeing him here. Okay. Robert Rustler. He was in Weird Science.
Yes, that's what I remember him from.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Sometimes they come back. And Thrashing.
Thrashing?
fucking skateboarding movie.
Yeah, I know. I remember that shit.
You think that movie inspired Tony Hawk to skateboard?
I was
making the video games.
Dude, I was really into skateboarding in the late 80s, like huge into it.
You remember that show on fucking Nickelodeon called Skate TV, hosted by Matthew Lillard?
No, I don't.
The Shags himself, fuck Shaggy 2 Dope of ICP, fuck Shaggy the rapper, fucking It Wasn't Me, all that bullshit. Fucking Matthew Lillard is the real Shaggy. See, I want to see a fucking death match between fucking all the Shaggies, fucking ICP Shaggy, fucking Lillard, and fucking all the incarnations from the fucking cartoon show too. We'll have to fight to the death, and we'll see who the fucking top Shaggy is. My money's always on Lillard, though. And actually, Lillard actually does the voice of Shaggy in one of the newer Scooby-Doo cartoons, so he'd have to fight him fucking self at the end. It's all good, though. You smack down whatever you smack down, and Grady on TV smacked down the remote. It was fucking meant to be. It's like 4D TV. See, this is the scene that everybody's like, how could you not see the gayness in this movie? When he wakes up, he goes to his buddy's house and he's talking about how, oh, there's someone inside of me. He's trying to get out. It's like, well, if that's gay, then how is The Exorcist not gay? She was possessed too. There was somebody inside her.
That's kind of true. I mean, I can see that, but this is so like on the surface. Like, I'm trying. He needs to get out of me. You know, like it's just so obviously like.
See, if he was saying he needs to get in me, I would be like, yeah, that's gay. I do want to get in him. But if I was inside of him, I definitely wouldn't want to pull out because I bet that's nice and warm and cozy, his asshole. So I'm confused. But I always loved this scene. And fun fact, the guy who plays fucking Jesse, little known fact, he can actually do this in real life. This isn't an effect. He could just fucking fall apart like this. He actually has.
I used to follow him on Facebook, and I had to ditch him because his politics were too annoying, man. It was just constant fucking barrage.
What's his name? What's his name again in real life? I forgot.
I'll have to look it up, man.
I want to say Mark Price, but I'm thinking that might be the guy from Trick or Treat that played Boner from Family Ties or whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, fun fact, he can actually do this. He can fucking, just fall apart like this. And he actually flies fucking airlines for free because, like, people can just fucking fold him up and hide him in their wallet and shit and sneak him on the plane. It's pretty dumb.
You got it all figured out, man. Damn.
I actually always like that shot, though, because the body looks funny, like the face.
I do like the Freddy coming out of a person. It's a great idea. That's a really good idea.
See, if they wanted to be more on the nose, they could have had fucking Mark Price or whatever the fuck his name is sneaking into his room through the closet. He could come out of the closet and be like, hey, see, that would have been... He's got a fucking poster that says King Cobra. That's pretty gay. See, this would be a terrible way to watch your son die. Just like, oh, I can't open this door. He's in there. And then fucking some knives come through and just slice him up. I mean, if you gotta watch your son die, there's better ways, I would think. Like a fire, maybe.
So the director of this movie is Jack Shoulder. I think you said that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the writers are David Chaskin and Russ Craven, right?
Yeah, Wes Craven probably has a character credit. So technically, he didn't write them. He actually didn't like this movie at all, and that was one of the reasons why he wanted to come back and write part 3. And I remember there being like, he actually wrote the original script for part 3, and like, I think it's out there, and apparently it's like it got even darker. Like Freddy's even more fucked up in it or something.
Like Freddy's like performing abortions or something.
Hell yeah, with his glove.
I'll take care of that for you. No problem. $20.
See, that could be it. You could find out that he also was like a fucking back alley abortion doctor in his spare time when he wasn't at the boiler room.
I do this for pleasure.
Exactly. He's like, I just scrambled their brains with my glove. I don't need those tools. Yeah, this is a great scene.
I like this scene a lot. I don't know why, but when the pool starts boiling over and like Freddy pops up out of the ground, I know it makes no sense, but I just love it as a Freddy moment so much, you know?
It makes all the sense in the world. It makes as much sense as I want it to make. How dare you say it doesn't?
Some good acting here from Jesse, you know?
Yeah, he's got the bloods on him. He was just fucking like, he just went down on another chick that was on the rag.
Yeah, I mean, I love that shit. It's fun.
It's freaked him the fuck out.
She's thinking, this guy's down to fuck when I'm like on my period, you know? It's good shit.
Hell yes. Like, not only that, like he won't even just fucking like, you know, eat me out while I'm fucking bleeding. He'll fucking rub it all over his chest and shit, smear it on his face. You want to be that guy. Fucking mark yourself like war paint.
Yeah, I mean, I think girls really actually like it when guys are into period sex. Like,
hell yes.
You know, they're into like guys accepting that they have, you know, the flow and all that shit, and you're willing to get up in those guts anyway, you know.
You gotta be fucking hardcore. You gotta fucking get all bloody and then jump in the fucking the ocean and let a shark eat the fuck out of you. Because that's the ultimate orgasm. It's the ultimate high.
That's an interesting
There's nothing like
take.
fucking coming as you're getting passed through a fucking shark's lower intestine.
Okay.
It is the dankest.
It's the
People talk about choking yourself and coming. That's nothing. That's fucking child's play.
interesting. Yeah. Would you want to hang out in this pool with these people?
Hell yes. I'll get in this fucking pool with these high school kids. You'll have to fucking call the cops to get me out of there. Have to put me on some kind of sex offender registry. See, I'd probably get in trouble for being here because I'm already on one. See, I can't joke about that. That's not funny. I can't. See, Zach goes to the lowest depths of the jokes, but that's a little too far.
You always go too far, man.
Exactly.
Why don't you learn how to finesse your game a little bit, you know?
Exactly.
You know, I'm not going to counteract you like Aaron does. Go, oh, hey, don't say that, don't do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna let you say whatever you want, but I'm just like...
It's usually me that says that. It's usually me that gets all fucking like, I should have said that. But yeah, he's locking the fucking the adults in there so they can't come down on fucks with them when he's tearing up these fucking teenagers. That's how you do it.
There's something about this movie that really seems more, I don't want to say real, but more believable in a way. It's like everything after this like becomes very fantastical and not as like practical, like in your like believable, real, like tangible thing, you know, like.
There's not a lot of dream sequences in this movie because technically they're happening in the real world because he's fucking possessed Jesse and now he gets to be in the real world. So we don't see a lot of until the ending.
There's a lot of really great real effects in this movie too, you know, like I love the fact that he pops out next to the pool because it's like it's like completely ridiculous that it happens that way. And the guy's like, let me be your, like, hey, let me talk to you. Let me be your friend. Tell me what's wrong with you. He's like, fuck you. You know, he like claws him. Like, I love that, you know?
He says something like, fix yourself, fucker.
Yeah, right.
That's funny. Oh, look, you can see his undershirt. Freddy's got, like, he's fucking putting the undershirt. He tucks his undershirt in.
Yeah,
That's beta.
He's
Freddy. Why you do that?
He's old school, you know? He's from the 40s or 50s and shit.
He's a gentleman. He probably opens the car door for the chick and stuff.
Do you think this is a movie where Freddy really becomes Freddy? I feel like, you know? Mm-hmm. The first movie is like, he's just like an idea, but this movie really becomes Freddy, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think every movie after this movie tries to live up to this Freddy, honestly.
There's no Jesse. Jesse. That's dank shit. Help me, Lisa.
I love that he tries to stab him, but it's just so weak, you know?
Yeah, it's like fucking trying to stab an action figure. Just fucking bounces off of him.
But the way that Freddy looks, that's my favorite looking Freddy. Like a melted sheet, like a melted, like, pizza face. You know what I mean? Like the just. Mm-hmm. It's not over designed yet, you know. Like he's just got the fucking slimy.
He looks like he's covered in Vaseline.
Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite Freddy. You know,
his hand there is gross. He's got a slug hand.
Yeah,
I always liked that. They're just on his fingers in this movie for no reason.
That he what?
He's just got the knives on his fingers now.
Oh yeah. I could never understand like why it was happening, but I think it's because it's just like a fantasy or something. Like it's not real. Like he's half Jesse, half like Freddy, and so the knives are coming out of Jesse's hands. But it's supposed to confuse you because Freddy has the knives with a glove, but he's half Freddy, half Jesse, so, you know, it's just...
See, what if to these guys it just looks like Jesse's going crazy and killing everybody? They just see Jesse. Mm-hmm. Who knows? You know who could have made this movie better if he was in the cast?
Who?
Pauly Shore.
Oh, yeah. I love that shot. I love that shot for some reason.
His sneer or whatever. I
just love that that's a Hollywood thing where, like, Freddy came out of the ground and popped out. Like that. He never does that in any other of the movies, you know? Like, I just love that shot where he comes out like the boogeyman. Like, I think that's really great, but
that's what if he came out on a skateboard and shoved it?
On a skateboard?
Fucking, like, all of a sudden the fucking water was all gone. He was skating he was shredding that fucking pool.
I'm sure Aaron would love it, but I probably would not like that shit.
He does a Christ air. He just fucking...
Aaron would be like... Personally, I think that when, Freddy was, like, skating the half pipe, it was amazing. I'd be like, Aaron, exactly. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, that's the worst part of the whole fucking series. You know?
And then he did that fucking Christ air. Did you know that if you die doing a Christ air, you automatically go to heaven?
I didn't know that.
That's good dank knowledge. That's what you get.
I really love this.
You hang out with
I really love this interaction between Freddy and this kid right here.
This is good shit. I'm here to help you.
This is when Freddy looks actually real and menacing, and not that fucking bullshit. You know, like stuff that they give you in episodes after this. So you're all my children now. Like that's fucking Freddy to me. You know what I mean? Awesome. Look at him.
Donk shit.
It's awesome, dude. It's great. I love it.
See, I use like. I was so creeped out by Freddy as a kid. Like this scene creeped me out. Like whenever he starts walking towards the kids, I was like, "Holy shit! I'd be shitting my pants."
I think this is why you and I both like this movie the most out of all of them. You know?
Yeah.
He walks through the fence. Look at flames. It's amazing.
He's too fucking hot to handle for that fucking wood. He just walks right through it. He's fucking biggity bam. He don't give a fuck. Yeah, I stopped talking about my ranking. I can bring it back after fucking New Nightmare, which is number 6 in the ranking. I put Freddy vs. Jason, and then I put number 4 in the 4 slot, and then the next one I put the fucking original.
Nice.
And like I said, every time just depending on what mood I am, sometimes I'm like, you know what, 3's better. Sometimes I'm like, I like 2 the best. When I made this list, I put number 3, and then 2 is the number 1 slot, baby.
It's totally fair to keep changing your favorites. Like,
yeah, I think a good series will do that. Like some of my favorite bands. Oh, see, people make fun of this. I think it works. It's supposed to be kind of
the only
absurd,
reason to make
surreal.
fun of it is because it's so obvious. It's just like masks on a dog's head kind of thing. But
Yeah, but in a surrealistic sense, even a fucking mask wearing dog would be creepy to see in real life, because that's not something you normally see. It's like that. You ever see fucking the remake of Body Snatchers
no, I
with the
haven't.
dog? The one with fucking what's his name's dad? Fucking Kiefer Sutherland. There's like a scene where the dog comes up and he fucking has a human face. He like licks his lips or something. It's fucking weird. Kind of works. But yeah, what was I
Interesting.
saying? I was gonna say something donk and I forgot what it was. Damn these cursed fucking my galaxy brain. Now let me remember. It's the price you pay.
I love the sound of the screeching nails over the metal. Like that's huge. A huge horror thing, you know?
That's how he gets fucking Carlos's head to explode and Freddy's dead too.
Yeah, that's right.
Which isn't a great movie.
No. I think after 4, it all goes downhill, honestly, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, the screeching of the nails blows up the guy's ear or his head because he's got the, you know.
And just think about it. It's like he makes it more like sensitive to sound because he puts a bug in his ear. How does that work?
Stupid. It's lazy. It's lazy.
Okay. It's a hearing aid bug. It gets into his ear and it turns into a hearing aid. And it turns the volume up to full blast. It makes sense if you think about it. But yeah, we're going to see that big ass rat.
This movie feels really long tonight for some reason.
Does it? It's going by quick for me.
It kind of does a little bit, but stupid fucking rat bullshit.
See, I don't hate that either. They shit on these effects in the last part of the movie, on the documentary, but they don't bother me, even on Blu-ray where you can see all the flaws.
It's so dumb. It's like, it's so weird because you look at it and you're like, I could make a movie better than this. But then we're not endowed with the money or cameras to make a movie, so.
Yeah, well, in some ways we got cameras that are like, we can make a movie with our iPhones, which are technically pretty good. There have been movies made with iPhones that look pretty good. It's all about the lighting, really. If you can get nice professional lighting, you can make it look pretty good.
Lighting is really, really important, actually, because it tells a story. It dictates the mood of the shot, you know?
If things are lit too bright, it always looks like a fucking generic shot on video. Or, not video, but like low-budget movie. Seems like.
Oh, I watched a good movie last night. Have you watched Parasite yet?
I watched like half of it. I haven't finished it yet.
I really liked it. Oh, and I started watching the new fucking Jay and Silent Bob.
I watched that. It's entertaining. I like it, but it's not as good as, say, Jay and Silent Bob, like Strike Back or whatever.
Yeah, it's very. You could tell it's very low budget compared to every other movie.
They got, I mean, Kevin Smith did the best he could, but I didn't feel the same, like, it wasn't, it felt like cheap. You're right. It felt cheap, and that's a shame, but I love Kevin Smith. I really do, because I feel like Kevin Smith is one of those people who is like, you can come from nothing and achieve everything. I've seen him talk like, at the...
Yeah, he's a genuinely nice guy, and he's pretty inspirational in a lot of his talks.
I mean, yeah, he's great. I mean, he's very like, I start from nothing, and I can do this and do that, blah, blah, blah. And, it gives you hope that you can, like, achieve something. I like him. He's constantly positive. I like people who are like that, but he really kind of didn't have the... It just didn't work out. Like this last movie, I was like, not that great. And like his daughter, she's very creepy, man. She's very creepy.
She's creepy.
She's creepy. I don't like her. I don't like. She looks a little bit like him, a little bit like his wife, but her acting is very creepy, and I don't like to watch it. I mean, that's just me personally, but I was like, oh, man, his daughter is creepy as shit. Like, every time she's on screen and has a line, she's, like, very creepy. Like...
She's a spooky kid.
Like, Kevin Smith is, like, really, really enjoyable to watch on screen. And Jay, what's his name? Jason Mewes.
Jason Mewes.
Yeah, you enjoy them together. But we see her, she's very creepy and weird and, like doesn't have the same vibe as him, and it's just like I don't like to really watch her that much,
Yeah, I haven't finished yet. I'm in the middle of it, but we're seeing fucking the demise of Freddy right now. This always like grossed me out. The scene as a kid, like, ooh, he's covered in fucking goo. A fucking Freddy skin. That's gross.
I always thought this was like really interesting because even though he's completely gross, she still loves and embraces him. She tries to see past, that he lost himself in Freddy, so she still loves him anyway and kisses him and stuff. I like that. I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. The soundtrack to this one's a fucking oddball too. It sticks out on the series. I recently got like a collection of all the soundtracks, and I like it, but it doesn't fit in with the rest.
It's very reminiscent of Ghostbusters. The ending, it's like you're redeeming yourself, like you were possessed and you're redeeming yourself or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she still loves him, I like that.
Yeah. Now they're gonna fuck like Dan Aykroyd and that ghost.
Hell yeah, dude. Getting some ghost head.
Hell yes. No, he just hugs her. Why? Why aren't you tearing that pussy up? Why aren't you going in that nappy dugout?
That nappy dugout.
I had to say it like fucking Ice Cube would say it.
I love this fucking California street too.
Mm-hmm. Another ending like the original.
Yeah, too much of a throwback, I feel like. But it's right after the first one, so I can understand.
I think this one works a little better. For some reason, the first movie, I hear a lot of people say that like they think the first movie is a great movie, like even perfect, like classic, until the ending happens. Mm-hmm. I don't think the ending is that bad, but like I can see why people like. It's funny because until the DVD box set came out, I never like noticed the effect because I was always watching it on a VHS copy. As soon as I watched it for the first time on DVD, I knew exactly what they did. Oh, it's just a fucking blow up doll. They dressed up. They just pulled it through the window.
I do like they tie it back to the original though. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like going back to like when you used to ride the bus and like when they hit a big bump, like you're like, oh, what's that? You know, like it's cool. I like that. You know, riding the bus.
Fucking yeah, they always got to get on that fucking short bus, and the other kids were always like fucking eating their boogers and shit. You're like, why are these kids so fucking weird? Like I'm like 18 years old. Why are they doing? Why are they still eating their boogers? Do you have that problem? I did. I'm such an asshole. I'm punching down. You're supposed to punch up. You're supposed to uppercut, like fucking uppercutting these motherfuckers.
I'm just watching the end of this movie because it's fucking fantastic.
I love that you can see the jump cut whenever
I know.
paused it.
I love that too, man. I love it.
Cut. Okay, Robert, get in there. Get under her seat and put your fucking hand through her blouse. It's gonna be donk. You think he copped a feel while he was putting his hand through her blouse?
He's like, I'm gonna fucking resurrect a dog with my piss in the next fucking movie. All right, so
and the movie after the next movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
He knew.
Oh my God!
Hell
this
yeah.
really drunk fucking Nightmare on Elm Street 2 commentary.
Excellent extreme commentary.
It was great. It was so much fun, dude. What's going on with BTM? What's going on with Mac&Zach, dude? Tell us.
Mac&Zach, we're getting ready to do a fucking guest appearance on William Lowry's show, baby. Mm-hmm. Fucking, it's gonna be donk. We're doing fucking Chud too.
I have to say that's really like fucked up that you got William Lowry on your fucking podcast before me.
No, we're going on his show. He contacted us, baby.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
and technically, you have been on our show, just not for the whole movie.
I've never been on Mac&Zach ever.
You were on. You called in for that one that we just did.
That's not the same thing, though. Come on.
You were on it for a little bit. And then for BTM, we're still doing request exploitation, baby. Probably gonna do the Michael Bay fucking turtle movie. At least one of those we got requests for.
You guys are doing Michael Bay turtle movies?
We're gonna do at least one of them because we got a request for it.
Oh, you're in your request exploitation right now?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
You could check that all out on Revival House.
Hell yeah, I would
YouTube.
say if you're a fan of my show, you would really love Mac&Zach. You would really love BTM, which is Aaron and Zach. Just crazy commentaries. We just talk about movies and have a good time together and basically just, live life.
Shoot the shit,
live life, have a good time. Be ourselves and be our own personalities. And it's not always just about talking about the movies, but it's about being individuals and having an interesting conversation or whatever. And I think Aaron and Zach are really the best of the best when it comes to that. So definitely go over there and subscribe to them if you're a fan of my channel. And anything else you want to provide to the fans out there?
A fucking blowjob if it was possible, but it's not, so I won't. But I'll say thanks for having me on, baby. It was donk.
Hell yeah, dude. Good times. Good times,
I'm always
man.
up to watch this movie too.
Dude, it's like how many we can be doing these fucking commentaries till the day we die. It's gonna be so much fun. It's just laughs. and enjoying
Hell yeah.
enjoying each other's
We gotta-
company. You know.
We gotta be buried with a fucking microphone so we can just keep doing it too. We just keep releasing episodes after we're gone.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Well, thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this content, please hit subscribe on the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, we'll be back with another R-rated horror commentary podcast real soon. And until next time, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers. Later.
Dog. I completely forgot that they sell the trick or treat gloves now. I still need to get one.